Well, I got our Traveler running this morning. It's going to be done at 2:45, I think. So we'll go up there and move it later. We're going to get back to working on our combine here this morning. Try and get this bean head wrapped up and ready to go. It's still relatively cool out. And then we'll see what's going on later this afternoon. As soon as somebody's around to help me, we're going to slide this other cutter bar back in. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to replace these fingers in that center feed drum and get our points snouts put back on. I got this cover off here. Here's our piles of broken stuff and dirt. I think I've got all the new stuff that we need, but we'll find out here. Basically, you guys can't see that real well. They attach in through here. I'll pull this pin out and line it up with the hole that it comes out there, and stick the pin back in. They're pretty easy to change. Okay, that's the new one. I got it in there. They're kind of double clipped. I don't know if you guys can see this one here. See, there's this retaining clip on here. Basically, there's a break point right kind of in there where it's meant to break if it's going to break. And then this keeps it retained so that it goes inside the drum instead of falling out and going through the combine, because it will break more stuff that way. Which is why, obviously, we found these broken ones inside. So I got that one changed and I got one put in here. So we just need to put our covers back on and we should be good. Now I'm getting these points put back in. Basically, they just slide in the end there, and then there's a rod up top that's got to get put in a little slot there, right? Yeah, there. We just take them off for storage and road travel, because they, you pull it down, pull the head down the road on the header cart sideways, and then they stick out so far. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll go do the other side. Got the old grease gun out, and there's one on each end here on these drive shafts. There's a couple on the PTO shaft hook up on the other side, and then the other ones are all on the reel. They're clear up there where it pivots or rotates, and I can't reach them from here. So I'm going to wait until I get that cutter bar back in, and we're going to lower it down so I can reach them. Our belt tension looks pretty good, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, well, we're to the point where that's got to go in, so I'm gonna wait till there's somebody around here. Phil's sweeping out a bin, and Dad, I have no idea what he's at, but eventually somebody will be here to help me. So in the meantime, we need to get this tractor ready to go get our grain cart. It's down to Berkey. And by get it ready, I basically mean take the planter fold box out of it, because we're done with that. We don't need it anymore. And we got to put our radio back in here, our two-way radio. All right, I got the radio mounted up there, and check out all the wires that I get to take out. Clean up the cab a little bit. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, that mess of wires has to go back in. Came back from lunch. Got our fuel trailer loaded up, ready to go up there. We got to put fuel in that generator when we go up to move it again. But it won't be done for an hour and a half yet. So I talked to one of my customers that's not too far away that still has a bunch of boxes for me to pick up. Said I could come get them. So we'll hook up the trailer. We're going to go get some boxes. Got a few boxes picked up. 7 of them on there. They were sitting outside, and I was trying to break them down. I did them 4 on the front there, but the lids were so hot that they were melting. They were a little soft when I took them off to flip the boxes. So I decided to wait to do the rest of them. Okay, got the boxes unloaded. We'll go back and get the trailer unhooked. Actually, we're gonna do that later because we gotta get up to the trailer field. They're doing a little work on our road down here. Putting some tile along the sides to help the surface water drain off a little bit better. Some culverts and stuff, so that'll be nice when it's done. I think last week when I asked you guys what we should name our fuel trailer, somebody suggested Drizzle Ditch. And it made me laugh out loud when I read the comment, and that's what we're going with. It's my Drizzle Ditch fuel trailer. So yesterday I was showing you guys that I was breaking some bolts on this Retrieval system on this motor. I wanted to explain that a little bit better. So basically, this pulley here is a variable speed shiv, right? And so this half of it slides in and out, and it changes the gap in there, which changes the diameter of it, changes the speed that it drives the back one. It changes with this handle. Basically, it's a screw that pushes it in or lets it off so that can narrow or widen. And this eye bolt is attached to this little cam, this roller here, and that is attached to this. This cam is attached to this cable, which goes on our arm that feels up there. And so right now it's all the way out, so it's on the slowest speed, but when we pull it out and that arm goes in, it rolls this cam up this ramp. And by doing that, it pushes in on that and speeds the whole thing up so that it slows it down as it gets more layers. Well, this whole thing has to be able to slide, but it can't turn in place. So that's what this eye bolt is for. And this bolt keeps it from turning and allows it to slide back and forth. The problem is when I'm running this motor at faster than an idle, it shakes so dang bad that it vibrates and it breaks this bolt off right back here where it attaches. And I've replaced these rubber mounts on here. It's just not big enough of a bolt. So either I drill out this hole and put a bigger bolt. I don't know why it's dying. Or I weld a little bracket on here to hold this end of it in place that would help solve that issue. But as long as I'm running it at a slower speed, it's not a big deal, and we're almost done with the fast run, so we're just going to get through it for now and fix it when we have time, because I don't have time to shut this thing down right now. Also related to yesterday's video, our seal is not leaking at all today. Like it does when I first start it up or after it shuts down, but we got no leak at all. So I don't know if something just gets tweaked in there and it doesn't seal up right, or I don't know. But I mean, we're good here. This is one of those days that if I wasn't wearing jeans, I'd go stand out there, but it would take forever to dry and be super uncomfortable. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna pull this center lane. I moved forward to the next hookup. We've got a relatively short run there. Well, kind of short. It's not gonna be that short. And then we've got one more even shorter one back farther. And I want to pull this center lane where the traveler's been setting because of what it misses. I decided to do this one first for a couple of reasons. Number one, timing. It'll be done around 9 o'clock tonight, which is a good time for me to come out here and change it. There's a good chance that I'm not going to run this all night tonight though, because there's two short runs. I don't want to do it overnight. And number two, it gives this just a little bit more time to dry off and let that water soak in before we have to haul everything down here to get back to the other end of the field and drive back and forth over this mud. So that's why we're doing this one first. Okay, got the gun pulled all the way out. As you can see, I parked it right in the middle of a giant wet hole, which seems like an odd spot to put an irrigation gun. But look at this corn up here. Look at this spot right here and right over there. That's some of what got missed when we made the run up here, and it's curling bad, and we're just close enough. The gun should get most of this dry spot here, so we're gonna go ahead and run it from there, and then get these other two runs done as quick as possible because we need to start over. This corn's getting dry again. Okay, it's running. This corn is definitely hurting today. She's rolling up tight. It's about as bad as it's been, but nothing I can do about it. Oh, there is something I can do about it. I'm doing it. I'm watering it. It's getting there as fast as I can. I'm gonna start falling behind pretty quickly here, it looks like. Given how long it's taken us to get to the point we're at now and the little bit that we've got left to cover this field the first time, I think it would take me 8 or 9 days to cover the whole field with 1 inch of water. Today's day 8, although I shut down for Saturday and Sunday after the rain, but we're not putting a full inch on this last stuff. So put 1 inch on the whole field running continuous, I think it would take 8 or 9 days. And 1 inch of water every 8 or 9 days when it's 90 degrees and sunny is not enough. I can't keep up. So we'll do the best we can. We're making a huge impact, but I just can't cover it fast enough. Which is a big part of the reason why I got started last week, when maybe it wasn't quite dry enough that we needed to, but I knew it wouldn't take me long to fall behind. So we got a good head start on it. Getting 1 inch on everything, or getting everything covered once to start here, is good. There's no end in sight though, let's put it that way. Okay, it's time to stop putting this project off. We got to get this done, so I'm gonna see if I can't get Dad to help me slide this cutter bar in, get this head. I'm gonna run the combine, start everything up, make sure everything runs, and then we'll drop the head and get it put in the barn until we're ready to go combine wheat. Okay, I've got this back in. I adjusted these hold downs. I got the center stuff put back together. The center's a little bit different because this knife over here overlaps this knife over here, so there's a little piece in here that kind of goes on with upside down teeth, and they overlap so they don't hit. Yeah, so I got that all back together. There's an extra nut. So I'm gonna start the combine up. I'm gonna lower that reel down so I can reach them grease points on it. We're gonna hit those, and then we're gonna find a spot that we can get to. Probably just pull the head a little bit, and we're gonna fire the whole thing up. Okay, let's fire this thing up. So we've got to open the grain tank covers. Let's see, that would be this button. Okay, so those are going. Okay, now it always makes me a little bit nervous the first time that we fire it up, because I have not run it since I did all that work to it this winter. Had the insides all tore apart and everything, so you know, you just hope you didn't forget a bolt and nothing flies apart and all that good stuff. Okay, it's a good sign. Thresher speed 0. All right, so our thresher, our rotor speed is 0, which means that we left our transmission in neutral. So we got to go out and hit the lever on that, which is this one right here, and I believe we want it pushed in. We run it in a high speed for wheat. That's a 2-speed gearbox shifter lever there. There's a neutral, a high, and a low. We run it in low speed for corn. It could go high or low for beans. There's enough overlap. And then high speed for wheat. So let's try again. Okay, so now we got speed there. So it's running. Speed her up a little bit. Okay. A little more. Excellent. I don't hear anything funny. It's fairly smooth. We got a little vibration, but usually it's pretty bad from dust settling and everything over the, when you first start it up. It takes a little bit to smooth out, so not bad. Okay, let's idle her back down. Oh, I didn't hook up the drive shaft on the head. Got to do that. Okay, now we should be able to get our head to engage. Excellent. Cutter bar looks good. Belts are a little jerky. They do that until they get some oil. circulating and warmed up. Cool. Everything looks good. All right, well, everything runs, everything sounds good, everything's doing what it's supposed to. So I think we're good on the combine and the head. We'll have some last minute adjustments to make before we go to the field, or right as we're getting to the field. We need to fill up our government juice tank, and then we'll be good to go. I'm gonna put it back in the barn, but before I do, I'm gonna get that 8335R out, put the combine in, then put the tractor back in, because I'm gonna need that tractor tomorrow. Oh yeah, I also need a 2630 and a GPS receiver. I'm starting to feel like I'm catching up here a little bit. I don't feel quite as behind. Having that combine ready to go was a big thing. Corn planter put away. We're doing good. This irrigating is taking a lot of time, a lot of my energy, but obviously it needs to be done. So we're going to keep going with that. Tomorrow we are going to I'm going to try and take the tractor down to Berkey and get the grain cart. I also I have a couple more boxes. I got 2 more places I got to go and pick up boxes. I might try and do that tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I do need to get my trailer unhooked here because I'm done with it for today. And I'm going to go home for a while. It's a little after 5. I got to go move that Traveler about 9. So, yeah, I'm going to go home. I suppose before I go, I should try and push this bean head out of the middle of the driveway. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going home. So, have a great night, everybody. I'm probably not going to film anything tonight of moving that Traveler unless something super exciting happens again, which I hope it doesn't. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll finish the first run with the Traveler and get started on the second run. Going back over it again, so that'll be good to get back to the other end of the field, keep some water moving. Questions and comments, leave them down below, and hit the like and subscribe buttons for me, please. We're not going to make 10,000 by the time wheat harvest comes. Wheat harvest is coming fast. I'm still thinking Monday, but it potentially could be this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there. So anyway, see you guys. Have a great night. Well, I told you I'd film it if something exciting happened. Unfortunately, something kind of, sort of exciting. I don't know. Look, water. It's a bit floody out here. Just got up here when the Traveler was supposed to be about done, and it's not. About 450 feet left, which means it reeled in for 2/3 of the time that it was supposed to, and the motor was dead when I got back. So it's been sitting here not that long. I would guess 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours, because it was supposed to take 5 hours and 45 minutes. And at 1,200 feet, yeah, about 2 hours. So I got it sped up to get it away from the wet spot as quickly as possible. Get it brought in. Still going to take an hour and a half. So I'm probably going to do a live stream here. Unannounced. We'll see if anybody joins, but it is what it is. I think maybe the spark plug is going bad, or is dirty, or is whatever on this Honda motor. So before I start my little live stream, I'm going to run back to the farm, see if I can't find a spark plug that would work, and swap that out tonight. Because I don't know what else it might be. My fuel is good. That's not the issue. These motors are pretty simple, so spark plug makes sense. Let's try that. I don't know if it's ever been changed, and this thing runs hours and hours and hours. All right, well, I got her moved, did an hour and a half live stream, changed the spark plug. Seems better. It's been 2 minutes, so I don't know. I'm gonna run this run slower, down to 24 inches a minute. Retrieval, which is about 1 inch of water. So, yeah, that's fine. It needs it anyway, and it might as well let it run overnight and do it. So we'll be back here in the morning. This one will be done about 7 a.m. So, all right, see you guys.